Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to make a graph for any type of Snell's Law lab we might do in this class. So to begin, I already have my incident and my refracted angles labeled here. These are in degrees, and I know that my values are most likely correct because my angles are all less than 90 degrees. If you have anything greater than 90 degrees, you didn't measure correctly with the protractor. You'll have to redo the lab. Also, I'll notice that my incident angles are greater than the corresponding refracted angles. That most likely means, hey, I measured correctly. And Excel doesn't deal with degrees, so that is why for the rest of this, we're going to have to switch to radians. So starting with this first entry, you'll see I already have these labeled incident, refracted. These will be the radian of the incident angles. These will be the radians of the refracted angles. I'll do the sine of the incident radians and sine of the refracted angles and radians. So starting with radians, I'll go equals. I'll spell out radians, R-A-D-I-A-N-S, open a parentheses. I'll grab the first incident angle entry. I click enter, and it has converted this 34 degrees to 0.59 rads. If I grab the bottom right hand corner of this data entry, you'll see the cursor changes from white to these little black crosshairs. If I click this bottom right hand corner, hold it, scroll all the way down, it will auto populate this column with all of these angles. So each of these angles have since been converted to radians from degrees. I'll do the same thing with the refracted. I spell out radians, open a parentheses, grab this first angle, close parentheses, equals. Then I will grab the bottom right hand corner, scroll all the way down, and it's auto-populated with the radians. I'll get the sine of these incident radian degree or radian angle values. So to do this, I go equals SIN, open parentheses. I'll click this entry. That's my incident angle and rads for the first data point. And I'll grab the bottom right hand corner again, scroll all the way down, it auto populates. Do the same thing for your refracted angles, SIN, open parentheses. These are my refracted angles in radians, close parentheses. Grab the bottom right hand corner, scroll all the way down. So I have taken the sine values for these radian angles, and again I got these radian angles by converting the degrees. Now I'm going to insert my chart or a graph, so I go to insert. Right here above the word charts, there's the insert scatter XY. I click this and I'm going to select this scatter plot. It comes up blank, good deal. I'll right click it, go down to select data. I'm going to go to add. My series name for this, I'm going to call it Snell's Law or refractive index of whatever. Blank, 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 whatever you're measuring. I will, for my series X values, I click equals. I want the sine of the refracted radians to be on the x-axis. So I will grab this first entry, click, hold, drag all the way down. The series Y values, these need to be the sine of the incident angles. So I'm going to click, drag all the way down, and I go to OK. Okay, now I want to add some elements to this chart. So if I click the graph, this green cross comes up. I want to add axes titles. So these axes titles, this will be sine of the refracted angle. So I'm going to go insert symbol. The symbol I want is theta. So if it doesn't come up for you automatically, go to the subset Greek and Coptic. Look for this symbol. This is the capital theta. In Word, I can show you how to make the lowercase theta. Oops, I clicked something. Here it is here. Insert, close. And these are of the refracted angle, so that's an R. I'm going to click here, sine, insert symbol again, theta, close. And these are theta sub I. I'm going to add another element, the trend line, so I click this. And then I click this black arrow that points to the right, and I go to more options. This comes up, format trend line. I'll click these green vertical bars, trend line options, and I'll scroll down to display equation on chart. And if I've done everything correctly, you will see that my slope of this line gives me the refractive index of the material. It's this number out here in front of the X. This number should be greater than 1. If it's not greater than 1, then I know I've done something wrong, or maybe I've reversed these values. One last thing, I'm going to show you how easy it is to copy this type of graph into into Word. So I'll click this. You hold down the CTRL button, Control button, it's right underneath the Shift on either side of the keyboard, and then I click C. While holding down Control, I click C, the C key on the keyboard. That tells the computer to copy this. Then I can go into Word, File, I'll just go make a new document. And then I can click Control. While holding down Control, I'll hit V like Victor or Valerie, and it pastes this inside. One last thing I want to show you, inside of Word you can actually edit the axes, and you can move these text boxes around. The programs are compatible with each other. If you want to make this theta a lowercase, I'm going to highlight that theta, and up here in Word under the Home I can go to Change Case. It's by the font options, and I can make it lowercase, just like that. Same thing, lowercase. I can make everything uppercase. I can change the size of the font. I can make things bold. You can see that there are limited options here in Excel that I can use. I can make these larger, embolden them, whatever I want to do to make the data easier for me to see. Well, I hope you found this video helpful. Thanks for watching, and study well.